the new speaker plans to move forward with and House Republicans plan to move forward with a funding bill to provide supplemental assistance to Israel this week. They're seeking spending offsets. That's also moving to decouple that from Ukraine and the other supplemental requests from the administration. What's the White House position on that? Would the president sign a Israel-only supplemental request, or is the White House still insisting that they all move together?
So look, just I do want to do a little bit of a lay down here because this is incredibly important. When you think about Hamas and you think about Putin, they represent different threats, right? And but both want to annihilate a neighboring democracy, and we've been very clear about that. And so we can't afford to let that happen. And that's what we've been very clear about. So making sure both Israel and also Ukraine succeed in their fights for democracy against terrorism and tyranny, it is vital. It is vital to America's own national security. So we must help innocent civilians devastated by Putin's war in Ukraine and the conflict between Israel and Hamas, including by providing life-saving humanitarian assistance in Gaza. That is important as well. And there is a bipartisan consensus. We've seen it. We've seen the bipartisan consensus in the Senate. You have heard me say how the director of OMB and also our Office of Legislative Affairs have been giving briefings in a bipartisan way to members of both the Senate and the House. And it is important. We see a strong majority of Republicans and Democrats in the House and the Senate, as I just mentioned, who both have been very vocal on the record. Just last week, I listed out a bunch of House members, a few House members and senators, and quoting them and saying what they have said on the record in supporting both Ukraine and Israel, supplemental, this urgent national security needs. And so that's what we want to see. There's no reason why that should not happen. There's no reason why we, as America, United States of America, cannot make sure that Israel and also Ukraine has the funding that they need.
And is the president open to considering any spending offsets for that funding?
So look, I'm certainly not going to get into hypotheticals from here, but what I can say is...
House Republicans are calling for that right now.
I understand that. I hear you. What we've been very clear about is that we want to see both move forward. We want to see both of the requests that we've made in the supplemental for the national security. We want to see both move forward because it is vital as those two countries are fighting for their democracies.
So spending offsets, is that on the table?
Look, these are emergency funding requests, right? We've been very clear about that. Like other emergency funding that Congress has passed with bipartisan support, they do not require offsets. They just don't. They don't require offset what we suggested, what we asked for, because they are emergency requests.
Don't require them, but if the House Republicans want to have that, is the president open to considering?
I am telling you that they don't require offset. These are emergency requests. That's not how it goes.